Man, got around. OG7 back here. And today, like each and every day, I'm fortunate to be alive and take another fresh breath of this prana, baby, on this plane of existence we call Earth. Whether you want to call it a sphere or a globe or a planet, whatever you want to call it, this is what we're living for right now. I don't know what's on the edge of the earth or what's under the dome. I just know we're here, baby. We got to do the best we can. So I'm going to share with you some stories of victory and glory. The victory of understanding. You found my channel, and I'm going to keep it real and raw and truthful so you guys know what's waiting for you on Behind the Walls. This ain't no fiction and fairy tale fantasy. This is reality. I don't want it to be your nightmare. And the glory of understanding. You don't need to go to prison, dude, and be locked up like an animal to get in touch with your inner animal. You can practice meditation and stoicism and go into a dark room, shut off your phone, the internet, the TV, and just let your mind flow, guys. Just let your mind flow and figure out what is your what and what makes you get up in the morning. Once you understand that, you're in touch with beat small law, then you'll be willing to stand and fight and even die, giving your last breath to protect what you believe in, because in this life, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. And if you don't have a plan for your life, there's some other silly mofo that's got a plan for your life that you ain't going to like. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to get to the topic of today's video, which is Colorism and Colonialism in maximum security prison keeps the murder rate and the butt cheek busting rate very, very high. This is going to be a short video, guys, because I didn't script it out. I'm just going to talk to you about my experience. As you guys know, I'm mixed with 4 races. I'm mixed with the Spanish dude. I'm mixed with the Taino Indians dude. I'm mixed with the African. And I'm mixed with Latinos, man. Latinos is different from Spanish. So I'm mixed with all those different races, dude. So I love everybody. But the way my genetics come out, I look like a black dude. I'm proud to be who I am. So whether somebody wants to call me a big black dude or a big brown dude, whatever they want to call me, as long as you treat me with respect, I'm not really tripping because I am who I am. All I ask is that you judge me on the content of my character, not the color of my skin or my ethnic features. So how's that important to this video? Well, I want to tell you something, guys, and I don't want to be offensive to any of you African Americans or any of you Latinos or any of you Puerto Ricans or Dominican Republicans or Brazilians, any of you mixed race people. Let me tell you something. African Americans are mixed race, just like the Dominicans and the Brazilians and the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans and the Colombians, dude. Everybody's mixed, but nobody wants to claim it, right? African Americans want to act like they're this, what do you call it, diaspora? There's a name, the African diaspora. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Help me out in the comments, guys, but they want to act like they're just this pure race, and you got to understand that even just the fact that you're here, no matter what the last American Indian says, the fact that you're here, you're mixed. Because if you were pure blood, whatever it is you think you are, black or African or whatever, you would be on a different continent. You have a whole different mentality. And even if you're on this continent, it would just be, let me explain something to you, it would just be one color. Because when you look at a European, like a true European, they're white, dude. If you look at a true Latino, like a true Latino, he's got a brown hint to his skin. It's a little hint. He's not brown like me, but he's not white. He's got a little hint of brown. If you look at a true Asian, they got like it's almost like a yellow hint to their skin. You look at a true Indian, they're red. A true black dude is black. Why is this important? Oh, gee, you're going on a rant. I'm gonna tell you something, man. In prison, in maximum security prison, you get the most blues from your own people in California. I can't speak about what happens in Texas. I watch some of these Texas prison stories. They're horrible. You know, I watch OG Piercy. If you're not a fan of OG Piercy, go over there. This dude, I think he's one of the realest, rawest dudes on YouTube, even more so than me. And why do I say this? OG Piercy's a gang member. He's been a gang member all his life. I don't know if he's currently a gang member, but dude, he didn't put in work. He's been a shot caller, and he keeps it real with the youngsters. Yeah, even if you're in a gang, when you go up in there, they're going up in your butt cheeks because this is just a hierarchy. If you're soft, he keeps it real. But when I go to his channel, I don't see nobody talking about, oh man, you capping and you this and you lying, man, and all that. That don't happen, man. Why? OG Percy will reach out and touch. He's a big time Crip. I don't know what kind of Crip he is, but Crips are all over the United States. He'll have somebody reach out and touch your bench warmer ass. I'm just some square dude trying to tell you so you can talk shit to me, you fucking keyboard warrior, cell soldier, because you're the type of motherfucker. If I was to meet you in person, I'm speaking to all you guys. No offense to anybody. If I was to meet you in person, the probability if you wanted to go one-on-one with me, mano a mano, no guns, no knives, no weapons, no hammers, just hand to hand, it's very slim. Very few of you want to do that. You'd be like, no, me and my homies is going to rap pack you because you know what I'm saying. We just going to show you how it roll and how we do this thing because we gangsters and we call people to put shots, we call people to put hits on other people because we too much of a coward to do it ourselves. And I ain't never stabbed a man to death because I shoot him in the face with a machine gun because I'm a pussy. Like that. I'm sharing this with you because this is my experience in the California penal system, and even when I was back east in the East Coast penal system. There's a thing called colonization and colorism. Let me break it down for you guys who don't read books because you're too much watching TikTok and Instagram, you dumb fuck. Colonialism is when a European nation, dude, comes over to your land, and most of the lands they conquer are of darker people. Why? I'm not saying Europeans are smarter or braver, but they're just adventurous, dude. They're never happy with what they have. I notice people of color, whether you're black or brown or yellow, we're pretty content, man, just to live and, live and love and just have fun and enjoy our lives. Yeah, we want to make money too, but we're not trying to take over the world. And I'm not being racist. I'm just telling you about racial profiles. Europeans historically, dude, they're never happy with what they got. Like, they could be living large and got a lot of fat butt women and a lot of food and vegetables and fruits, and they party and life is good, healthy babies, and they always looking on the horizon. What's over yonder? Let's go see and let's plunder. Whether you're talking about the Vikings, dude, or the Scandinavians, dude, or the Germans, or whoever, the English, the Spanish, they never happy. But that's not what this video is about. What it's about when they come to your land and they conquer the local people is called colonization. They teach you about their religion, their morals, their societal views, dude, their philosophy on life and their paradigm. And what happens is those who are with the program live and prosper, and those who are not with the program, watch this movie called Pocahontas, dude, or Brave New World. Those who are not with the program, you get savagely slaughtered or outcast, you run away and you form little tribes, but the majority of society is colonized by the Europeans. So here's what happens. Here's what the moral of the story about prison. And whether we want to talk about slaves or colonization, it's the same thing. Slavery, colonization. Some European dude comes to your land and takes over your shit with force. Those who are willing to play the game become the house ninjas or the house workers or the assistants. And those who are still resistant become the field ninjas or the field people or the people, the outcast people. So here's how it wraps up into this video. Inadvertently, if you spend a lot of time with another person, if you're a man and you're a woman, and you spend time with another woman, I don't care what her race is, ethnicity, national origin, it's just human nature, dude. Read the book called The Red Queen, dude. The evolution, sexual evolution, dude. It's just a matter of time. You spend enough time with a woman, you're going to have sex with her. That's why you got to be careful if your wife works in the office with a lot of different dudes. She works in a business where there's a lot of men around her, dude. She's in school with a lot of different men. Hey, man, you just got to be aware of human nature, right? So then what happens, let's say you're a European, you're a conquistador, or you're the colonizer. You got all the power in the world. So when you tell a woman, take off thine clothes and lay down thy body and part thy legs for me, there's no resistance. And even if she don't want to do it, it's not great because you're the man in control. You're the man in power. Look up the Stockholm Syndrome, guys. See, guys, I'm going to tell you something. One thing I watched Cat Williams' special on Club Shay Shay. And I'm nowhere near as smart as Cat Williams, but a lot of you guys think you don't know how smart I am, dude. And I'm going to just tell you this really quick, man. I left home at 14. Yeah, I might have went to youth authority prison for 2 years, but when I came out, I was on my own, dude. I've been to Job Corps. I've been to all kinds of places, living on my own, working as a dishwasher, janitor, doing construction. paying my own way, dude, at 16 years old. But then when my lifestyle wasn't what I wanted, I joined the military, 17, started traveling the world. But what I'm sharing with you, I was like Cat Williams. I haven't read 3,000 books a fucking year. That's crazy. But I know for sure I've read about at least 100 books a year. Every year, I just like to read. So why is that important, man? I know what I'm talking about. I study history, anthropology, sociology, psychology, and business. And people. So I know a thing or two about people. So I'm sharing with you. You guys come on here talking your shit. You don't even know my mental capacity. You don't know my lifestyle, my story. So what I'm sharing with you is, dude, when the colonizers came, they're spending time with these women and they having sex with them, dude. Just like when they had the slave ships, whether it was the Spanish or the English, they having sex with their captives, dude. Like, dude, even when the Greeks was taking over the world and the Persians, when they capture a town, this is the spoils. Watch the movie Troy. This is the spoils. You're going up in all the women, dude. You're killing all the men. This is history, guys. Don't get mad at the messenger. So what happens is the colonizers are European white. Let's say they're white. And then let's just say, I'm going to give you an example. Let's just say with the Africans, they have sex. Then the daughter comes out mulatto or the son comes out mulatto. And then, of course, these mulattoes get together, and then maybe the white masters see these mulattoes. They find them more attractive than the darker-skinned people. Why? They have the European features and what the Europeans define as beauty. Everybody's got their own standards of beauty. Europeans think the pointy nose and the thin lips are beautiful with the light eyes, like blue, gray, green. So then they see these mulattoes. The Europeans have sex with them. Then the kids come out. I don't know what it is when a mulatto has sex with a white person. I don't know if it's called a grolato. I don't know what it's called, but just follow me. And so the kids get lighter and lighter. Well, how does that apply to this video? Dude, I'm going to tell you something. When I was in prison back east, and I was in prison in California, there's a thing amongst African-American people and even Latinos, dude, even Asians, dude, here in Southeast Asia. The lighter a person is, dude, the more opportunities they have to live a soft life, a more sheltered life, a more, what's the word I'm looking for? A more life amicable of the finer things in life. So they don't face the same trials and tribulations as a darker person. I'm saying overall. So when I was in prison, the African American community back east and here, there's this colorism that if a dude is dark like my shirt, like let's say Big Hurt, then he's strong and manly and a savage dude, and he's an alpha. But if a dude is light-skinned like me, let's just say I'm going to put myself in the same category as T.I.'s son King and Prince, dude, and El DeBarge. If you don't know who El DeBarge is, look him up, dude. And then there was this light-skinned dude in this movie called, there was this movie called The New Jack City with Wesley Snipes. There was this light-skinned dude in there. He was a singer, but he played in the movie, light-skinned pretty boy. And this is colorism. In the African-American community, how do I know? I lived in Harlem, Watts, South Central, dude, Compton. I've lived in Del Paso Heights, Oak Park. I lived in Salina, Seaside, California. Dude, I've lived in a lot of different places. Why is my computer doing that? I lived in a lot of different places where there's dark-skinned dudes that Cro-Magnon, Neanderthals, savages. Now they got the genetic lottery. They're dark, tall, imposing, scary looking. I'm not trying to say they're ugly, but they don't have the typical European features of what is defined as handsome. But they got big baloney ponies, long arms, big fists, big feet, muscles, and they're savages. So in their mind, these guys think that, oh, if you light-skinned, man, you's a bitch, and you're going to be my woman, man. And I'm going to go up in your cheeks because you're soft. And this is all I'm saying. I'm not trying to offend any light-skinned dudes. Like, what's the dude's name? Terrence Williams or whatever. He's a light-skinned dude on TV. He played in a couple of movies, man. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to offend anybody like Ice-T or none of these dudes, but I'm saying it's been my experience that most light-skinned dudes is soft. I don't know if it's the way they've been brought up, the culture, culturalization or colorism. But you got to understand this, you guys who want to challenge my ethnicity. Dude, I'm only part black, dude. I'm part Indian and I'm part Spanish, dude, and I'm part European. I'm a savage. So we can, let's do this, baby, because you're going to have to kill me, man. But see, here's the whole thing you guys don't understand. as you're killing me, I'm killing you. Because I got a particular set of skills, man, defending myself for the last 62 years. So I'm an outlier, I'm an exception, but in maximum security prison. Colorism and colonialism, man, the most problems I had in prison was from the black dudes, man. Check this out, guys. I don't swear to God because I don't know God's name. And, you know what I mean? I believe in a God, but I don't know what his name is. But I don't play that swear to God because what I'm speaking is the truth. I never had a problem with the Mexicans, dude. Yeah, where there's some race riots and the Mexicans is riding against the blacks and the northern Mexicans want me to join their gang and the southern Mexicans want me to join their gang because my last name is Gomez. And I tell them, no, they leave it at that, Holmes. But the blacks, oh, you don't want to join, mofo? You don't want to ride with your people, mofo? You think you can ride alone? This is what's going to happen. Now I'm a target. And it's all because I'm light-skinned, dude. That's all I'm saying. So you guys, you're always in your feelings. You need to step outside of yourself and just look at the message and look at if you participated in colorism or if you have seen colorism, because it's worse in prison. So that's all I'm saying, man. The colorism, the colonialism keeps the murder rate and the butt cheek busting rate up high. The butt cheek busting. Because if you look at any of these prison movies, dude, you might say it's a fiction, but there's a lot of fact in the fiction. You look at the movie like Penitentiary, and then what's the one movie where it's called Lockdown, where the dark-skinned dude and the light-skinned dude go to prison, and the light-skinned dudes get his butt cheeks taken, bro. It's your own people that do it, man. So I'm just sharing this with you youngsters, and right now I'm talking to the youngsters in the African American community, because I noticed in prison, in maximum security prison, the Mexicans didn't trip on the colorism. I saw some white Mexicans. I thought the dude was white, but he's actually Mexican. He's called a Huedo, Holmes. His padre is a white dude. He's a Blanco. And his madre is a Mexican. You know what I mean? She's a Latina, Holmes. But he looks white. But this dude speaks a fluent Spanish. You can tell he's got a Mexican body, but he just looks white with white dude hair. But he's a Huedo. I'm just telling you. They don't trip on their people like that. The Asians don't trip on their people like that in prison. Now on the street it might be a different thing, but I'm trying to explain to you what happens in prison and on the street is two different universes. They're like parallel opposites. I'm just explaining to you my story. The 10 fights I had in prison, I had a fight with a white dude, a couple white dudes and a couple Mexican dudes, but that was because it was a race riot and they thought I was black. So whether you guys come on here talking about, no, man, you black. You talking about you full racist. See, you ignorant, man. You ignorant. Why would they have a race classification of listen to this, you African-American dudes who have ears to hear and a mind to be open. If it's just a black dude, why do they have different racial classifications of a mulatto? And then down in Louisiana, they got a thing. It's a French dude. It's a French dude that's black and French. He's called dang. In Louisiana, man, what do they call him, dude? What the fuck? Dude, I hate getting old, man. My brain is just fucking. Anyway, there's a certain word they use in Louisiana for a person that's black and French. I forget the name, but mulatto is just a dude who's black and white. And then when you go to Germany, they call the dude a war baby. Your dad's black, your mom's German, dude. And then over here, they call him a Philam. Your dad's black, your mom is Filipino. So all you black dudes coming on here talking about, no, man, you just black. You just black. Man, you need to read a fucking book, baby. I'm trying to help you, man. The world's bigger than your little fucking little peephole of the world that you think your viewpoint of the world. So I'm in this video and let you know, man, that colorism and colonialism in maximum security prison keeps the murder rate and the cheek busting rate very high because for some reason the big black dark-skinned dudes, and most of them is named Big Bubba, Chocolate Thunder, Purple Passion, all this kind of different names to let you know they're big and dark. And they feel like this just got free reign on the light-skinned dudes because they got the little pink buttholes. And dudes feel like, you know, that's the closest thing to a woman I'm ever going to have. So you don't go ahead and do it the easy way or the hard way. Like that. So if you like this type of realness and rawness, man, thumbs up the video, dude. Just leave a comment for the algorithm, man, because I'm trying to get my channel up to 100,000 subs. like I had before I had to smoke with the Northern California gang members, dude, when I show that I'm real and I'm raw and a motherfucker don't want to see me in person, dude. Trust me, man. I'm trying to be a better person through stoicism and meditation, dude, and ascending to a higher level. But I can't help the fact nobody's going to bully me. I don't care if it's 100 of you. Because why? I'm going to share with you before I go what Alexander the Great did. And this is what made him a great leader. Alexander the Great defeated a lot of armies that were bigger than his and more powerful, better armed, better equipped. But this is what he did. He sent out a scout to figure out where's the leader. So wherever the leader was, that's the strongest, the stronghold, because they protect the leader. Most leaders are soft faggots. They soft little pussies. They boss other people around. You sheep will follow them. Fuck that. So he finds out where the leader is, and he puts all of his energy and effort to put a spearhead to get to the leader. Because why? Once you take the head off, dude, the rest of the people scatter. My name's OG Silverback. I got sentenced to 26 years in maximum security prison. I lived to tell my tale as a loner. I didn't join a gang. I didn't get my cheeks busted. I did not participate in homosexual activity. I didn't do drugs. I didn't gamble. I stayed to myself in isolation. And now maybe I'm a crazier person, but I'm a better person. I share my stories with you. So subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification all bell. I don't know when I'm posting. Most importantly, share the video. So until next time, OG Silverback out.